back to me. Enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough. You won't bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Is enough. Is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. You won't bring us down. Bring us down.
Hey guys, welcome back to Queen of the Indies Corner with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host as always, the Queen of the Indies, Tiffany. And today, look at that, we got the champ with the gold. We got a lot of purple, gold, you know, my good friend.
You gotta look
Pretty
at this
Boy
shirt. I got Mojo Jojo on here.
Ooh, I love that. Look at that. So we had
Yeah.
to do some purple on the background. You know, we're gold and purple and gold. I try to make that happen for this podcast. So thank you
appreciate
for
it.
coming on here, chatting with us a little bit. So if you guys are new, please feel free, hit that like button, share it. If you guys got questions for Pretty Boy Smooth, please feel free, drop them into the chat. So actually, it's funny, shout out to my friend Good Cop Bad Cop, because he reminded me about this, and we got to talk about this. we got to talk, we're going to talk about ETU, but we're going to talk about this. Suge D came on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, and he talked about how that you went on a podcast and you talked about that he plays Atari, and now he like called you out of my podcast and he said
All right.
that you are on the hate list. So I don't know if you want to respond.
So here's the truth, right? And he tried to use my words against me, but it's fine. The reason I play video games on easy mode is because I'm a casual gamer. I don't want to come home from being in the gym and working on all the things I'm doing to have a video game that has so many puzzles that I'm ready to break a controller and I'm mad that I keep losing. Like, I put a lot of effort into my body at the gym, marketing, philanthropy work, wrestling, traveling, all that other stuff. So sometimes when I play video games, I kind of just want to relax. But with him, it's like, oh no, blah, 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 blah. You got to do this. There's more glory. Shut up. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be fun. I'm not supposed to be miserable. That's how I looked at it. That's how this whole thing started. So he doesn't respect me as a gamer. And I mean, I'm sorry, but I was outside and I had girlfriends and I played basketball. I wasn't a nerd like he was. So of course that's going to happen. And he absolutely has an Atari and plays multiple like indie video games and stuff. Like, indie wrestling is not just it for him. He needs the indie video games, like all that kind of stuff. And I love Suge to death, but it's the truth, man. He is the definition of an unk.
Damn. Yeah, he was like, he made the hate list. He put his top 5. You were number 2.
Yeah, he on his Dame Dash tip right now. You know how that go.
I can't. So, shout out to that. Zach Minger's in the chat. He goes, it's National Make a Gift Day. Did you make a gift today?
No, I did not. I
The gift is you. That's the gift. You're giving us the gift of
No,
you.
the gift was my chiropractor because I have a strain, like a muscle strain in my neck, and he kind of worked on it today. So like I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay.
So that I can gift you guys a victory this weekend at ETU.
Look at that. So actually, let's jump on in because that was where I was going to start. So you were one half of the ETU Tag Team Champions with Jay Bougie. So tell us a little bit. Happy like 4 years with ETU. We're celebrating it this weekend. So talk to us a little bit about the Killionaires Club. Being champion. Give us a little bit about it.
Um, Billionaires Club, excuse me. It formed very quickly, with me and Ken and Bougie. The first show that me and Bougie were at actually with ETU. And we just have like that natural chemistry because we're New York dudes, but we all have a different energy about ourselves, but we've been around people that are like us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like Bougie's the loud, like crash out dude that you've always like you grew up knowing those kind of people. Me, I'm like the ladies man that be like in the cut, but I also will fight if I need to.
Hmm.
And Ken has that like real gritty New York playing dice on the quarter type energy. So I mean it's a fun environment when we're all around together. Like whenever that mic or camera's on us, like we just know how to vibe off each other. And it just feels real organic and natural. And I take a lot of honor and pride in being one half of the first ever ETU Atlantic Tag Team Champions. And, struggles threw us the ball and we're out here, scoring.
It's great. So cool. So we have this weekend going on here. I'm going to flash it up on the screen for you guys that are watching the video. If you're listening on audio, make sure you come on over to the video. So we got a little 5-on-5 action. I mean, now we missed out on A Games got an injury. So shout out to him to get better. And
Yeah.
Ken Broadway's not cleared. So Jordan Oliver is filling in for Ken Broadway.
Yeah, it's a lot of misfortune with the injuries, but I will say I'm a big fan of Jordan Oliver's work. We're good friends. I followed his career back to when he was cutting those promos, just annihilating everybody. I loved it. And I think he's a great addition.
Right.
And hopefully, whoever this fifth person is, I have no clue who it is, they're ready to work and handle some business.
Definitely. So this will be live on IWTV. If you can't make it there, there's still tickets on sale currently to go down to the Mecca this Sunday. So definitely go check that out. One thing that when Jay Bougie was on the podcast, I was talking about like the gear, the velour, and I was like, I love this. And he said that this
Yeah.
was all you. So I figured, now you could talk a little bit about it. Jay Bougie
Yeah.
had talked a little bit about it. So
Yeah, so pretty much what happened was, as you know, I work for the National Wrestling Alliance, and one of my mentors there is Aaron Stevens. And he's kind of the guy you go to in a sense of like a finishing school when it comes to professional wrestling, because everyone will get trained and know how to move around the ring and all the basic psychology and stuff. But he's the guy you go to when you want to learn how to be a star.
mhm.
So his thing was, all right, what does Pretty Boy Smooth look like? Not like the indie wrestler version. Like, what is like, talk to me about who you are and whatnot. And he helped me pick out like a fabric and a look from like my new gear and stuff. So the gear I wear on television for NWA, which you can catch on Tuesdays on the Roku Sports Channel at 8 p.m., is it's a purple velour. It has like the Empire State Building, says thick and sexy skyscraper and all this other stuff on it. And that's like my TV ready gear.
Mhm.
So obviously when I buy gear after that, I want everything to be of that quality and caliber. So when we were looking for like new gear schemes and stuff, like he wanted to do red. So like I found that same velour fabric in red and he loved it. So we just went with that.
I love that. That's so
Yeah.
cool. So I love that we got a little more background for that. So shout out to the gear makers out there. Like if you're not getting
Yeah.
enough credit, like I mean the stuff that's
Yes.
out there today. Like I don't know if you want to elaborate a little bit more about like the gear makers that actually physically like do it
So
and stuff.
I love my gear maker and I am absolutely a gatekeeper. So I'm not telling none of y'all who it is. But if you follow my page, you'll find her very quickly. She's dope. She always looks out for me. She's been around since I started wrestling like 10 years ago. She's the fiance to another one of my wrestling mentors, Bill Collier.
Hmm.
And if you can kind of read between the lines and find her with that information, you will. If not, not happening.
Love that. See that you have to be following the socials, so make
Hey
sure you're
man,
following.
I'm in here to win.
Love that. Love that. So I gotta go a little back and forth. So this is a fan tweet from my alter ego. He goes, "When it comes to the ETU Tag Team Championship, what tag teams would you happily welcome to challenge yourself and Bougie? Also have hell of a show on Sunday."
Um, One team I've always wanted to wrestle was the Rascals.
Hmm.
When I was coming up, I was on a lot of shows with Trey Miguel before he blew up, which was dope. And I most recently got to wrestle Myron Reed here in Erie, Pennsylvania for the NWA Midwest Championship. And guys like that, they bring a lot out of you because they're very competitive, they're very high energy, they have like a crazy gas tank. And what I love most about ETU is that struggles puts me in situations that other promotions won't.
Hmm.
Like you don't have to ask like what happens if PB's in here with Fresh Air or Bojack and Diego. You know what I mean? Like there are matches that you wouldn't expect me to get because I'm not viewed as like a super indie guy or whatever the term is. I don't know. I don't care. But it's like I'm good enough to be in there with anybody, and ETU gives me the platform to prove that. So it's more of a situation where I'm ready for whoever wants to face us for these titles. Like we're the champs. They need to seek us.
There you go. Man, we got a lot of great tag teams out there. There's a lot, and the last show, the lot got showcased. We've seen like a lot, Shooter Boys and Junie and Ricky. Like it was wild. So
You know what? I'll shout out the main event, TME, Duke Davis and Gannon Jones Jr. because we wrestled them in a four-way tag at GCW for the culture a few years back,
hmm.
but we really wanted to get after it with them. So if we could ever get that two-on-two tag match, I would love to see that happen.
It's funny because that was going to be like my next question. That I love that too. That GCW that they have that for the culture. We're seeing that like every year, and that you get to be part of this. I don't know if you want to like elaborate a little bit more. What that is for you.
I mean, I haven't been on like the last one or
Hmm.
two or whatever it
Yeah.
is. But when I was a part of it, it was very special to me because it's not often I get in a locker room where it's just all black talent.
Hmm.
And I feel like I grew my network because I got to meet new fans and wrestlers that I may have seen on social media, but I'm not really around to like really connect with and whatnot.
Hmm.
So I did enjoy those opportunities. It was the first time I got in the ring with Calvin Tankman, and we've had multiple matches since there, and I've grown a lot from wrestling him. It's also where I met John Davis, who also has become like a mentor to me and helped me a lot with a lot of things I'm doing right now.
Hmm.
So overall, it was a great experience for what it was when I was there. So I'm grateful for it.
That's so great. I mean, Brother Greatness ran a show for I think it was All Black Everything. I think it was called this year, and I got to go to the show, and it was great. It was so fun. I know like A Game and Kylon King main evented for that. I
Yeah,
hope he runs like more shows like that because it was very good.
so that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
So shout out to Brother Greatness on that. So, all right. So let's elaborate a little bit more about NWA. Maybe you want to talk about the Crockett Cup. What it means to you working there. Anything like you want to give the fans if they're not following and should be following.
Yeah. So as far as NWA goes, I'll start it with this. When I played college basketball, I played at Hofstra University, and it was cool and whatnot. But the thing when it comes to sports like that, and you're looking to be a professional athlete or whatever, you need to go to a school that wants to run with you as their option and make you the guy. You know what I'm saying? It's more like following your tribe.
Right.
And I say that to say this, like a lot of us in wrestling, we want to work for this big company or we have this aspiration or whatever. But the truth is to really stand out and to be the best you can be, you have to be somewhere where you're valued and where you can grow.
Hmm.
And that's kind of what I found with NWA. Like they're a major television company that was the oldest wrestling entity there is. There's a number of veterans there that have wrestled for WWE and all these other places that I get to learn from and pick their brain. Working with EC3 as a trainer, as my tag partner, and just as a brother. He's like the Eminem to my 50 Cent. Like I've learned so much just being around him and seeing what makes him tick and how his brain works and his psychology with wrestling because he's been everywhere, he's done everything. And that's the kind of knowledge you want to be around.
Right.
So I took a big chance going to Exodus, but it really paid off for me because they believe in me and my value and not just my size, but like my gimmick and everything that I'm doing and how I present myself. I remember they had me at a wrestling event one time where they paid me just to be the gimmick. Like I didn't have to wrestle. Like I sat on the throne and got fed grapes by beautiful women. Like this is a real thing. You know what I mean? Like, and we're doing something real special over there where we're telling stories. We're an independent that runs like a television program, and just being able to bounce around and go from there to the tapings. Like we're in Tampa, Florida next week for NWA tapings, December 13th, and it's just exciting, honestly. Like I'm getting everything I've ever wanted, and to be honest, like when it comes to the Crockett Cup, a lot of this stuff was kind of new to me. I didn't really know the history behind it and how significant it was, on top of being at the ECW arena.
Hmm.
So this is one of those times where the night before I'm on the phone with Suge and he's yelling at me, but he's trying to get me hyped up, ready to perform. And from what I've been told, Crockett Cup was kind of like my breakout performance in NWA, and we're just hoping to keep the ball rolling and see where things go.
I love that. And then, like we see like even now, like even like in Long Island, like I know Joe Cassio's been working a lot with like NWA, and then like even like down
I
in
owe him a
Florida.
lot. Joe's the man. I don't mean to cut you
No,
off,
you're good.
but when I first started training, I was training in Erie, Pennsylvania under my trainer Aaron Draven, and the way the school was set up is I only got to be in the ring like once a month
Mhm.
because they didn't have a regular training facility. So on show days, we'd show up at 8 o'clock, we'd set up the ring, we'd train for like 3 or 4 hours, come back, work security, whatever. When I graduated, there were no more students left.
Mhm.
So I was looking for another school to go to, but there's nowhere in the area.
Mhm.
And by chance, a kid that I went to elementary school, no, I think it was like middle or high school. A kid I went to middle or high school with knew Joe Casio because they went to a church together, knew he was a wrestler,
Mhm.
and was like, hey, let me connect you to this guy. And Joe was the guy to tell me about, hey, like you just got to get in your car and get out and travel to train, and don't worry if you got to drive a couple hours, like it's a sacrifice you got to make. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's when I would drive to Cleveland to train at the AIW school for like a year and a half. And then when I graduated from there, I trained in Buffalo and I went to St. Louis. Like I went all these places, but he was the one that put me on game about like being a road warrior. So big shout out to Joe Casio.
Wow, shout out to
Yeah,
him. See, that's so awesome. So I didn't know that. I think that's awesome.
yeah.
ETU's in the chat. He goes, "We are poor, smooth, no rascals." And Andrew followed up with that and said, "We might be able to afford the actors who starred in the 1994 film The Little
Hey,
Rascals."
hey, they old enough? I'll beat their ass. What's up? I bet you'll go viral too. I'll come out there and I'll put my locks in the little shit up here, start singing, and we're not gonna be poor forever, struggles. We about to get this money. I promise you that.
Matt Awesome's in the chat. He goes, my guy PB Smooth, even though you dropped me, we're still good."
Hey, you know what? He earned that, and I'm gonna tell you why. I don't remember what show it was. I think like it was one of the shows MV Young was running,
Yeah.
and I went up there just to chill and hang out. And this man's handed me nutcrackers, bro. And you from New York, so you know what a nutcracker is.
Yeah.
I was lit, fucked up. Like I had to chill in my car for a little bit before I could go anywhere. And that's because of his ass. So I had to put them paws on him. He earned that. He tried to set me up.
Did he make it up to you and bring you some coquito? He makes good coquito.
I don't think I ever got that. He owes me that. He
See?
owes me that.
Sorry, Matt.
Hey man.
Damn, I just like, now he's gonna get you even more fucked up, and then I'm gonna get blamed. I'm gonna be on your hate list.
Nah, that man leveled me. And O'Shea Edwards leveled me too, but I'm gonna tell you about that off camera. I can't tell you that one
Okay.
on here. That was a crazy one too.
Oh, okay. That said, I also forgot about that. So
See? I don't forget nothing. I'm petty. I remember shit from second grade.
I can't. Well, you brought up AIW, so actually, there's a fan tweet from Graham. He said he went to AIW in 2017 with my son while visiting Ohio for Christmas. Was one of our first indie shows and had a bizarre meet and greet with EC3 dressed up as Sid Vicious, and he did a no-show. We did get to meet you and Swoggle too. So he said, "What is your favorite bizarre meet and greet story, please?"
Favorite bizarre meet and greet. Damn. I don't know. I will say there's a lot of times, like the crowds at AIW are super rowdy. And also shout out to EC3 because when Sid Vicious canceled, he showed up where he replaced him, but he dressed up as Sid Vicious. That was dope. Uh, like those kids are crazy. Like I'm like, the first time a kid ever gave me the middle finger was at AIW. Like like I mean like he was going crazy, and I'm just like, where are your parents at? And they right next to him laughing. So then like later on, the woman comes up with the photo of the shit and asks me to sign it. So that was crazy. I don't know. I really can't think of any bizarre like in-person situations I've had. All the bizarre stuff that happens to me is usually like in the DMs or something like that. Like the catfish thing. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
don't really have, but also people may find me intimidating, so I really don't know.
You're a tall guy, so like
Yeah, nobody really be trying me like that for real.
I'd be a little scared. So, but Matt Awesome said, "Now I got to drink with O'Shea."
It wasn't a drink, but we gonna have that conversation. I just ain't gonna say it in case my mom's watching, but we gonna have that talk.
Okay. So you recently posted this picture on Twitter with the I Love J Paul crew over there. So I don't
Oh,
know if you want to
jeez.
like elaborate
Yeah.
on this.
All right. So this is what happened. I typically accept every friend request I get on Facebook because it's my wrestling page,
Of
like
course.
whatever. I don't really answer any DMs on there. So anyway, I wake up one morning and I do the mistake of checking my phone first. And it's a DM from a woman I had just accepted on there.
Hmm.
And I don't remember the exact words, but it was like, so you can accept me on here, but you can't answer my messages. What's up with that? And normally, again, like I don't normally answer people, but I'm like, in case something's going wrong, I don't want to be thrown into something I didn't do. So I'm trying to investigate. I'm like, I don't think we've spoken before. And she's like, yeah, we've been talking on Bumble for weeks, or at least I thought we were. And then I explained to her I don't have a dating app.
Hmm.
So then she sends me back those photos.
Hmm.
And it's pretty much a profile named J. Paul that said something about from New York, but living in Kentucky, looking for like love or whatever the case may be. Um, said I was like a Virgo and I like tacos, all this shit that people that know me know is not true. And the photos were like videos that were like screenshotted, if
Oh
that makes
wow.
sense. Yeah. So then we started having conversation. I'm like, yeah, like I'm not from Kentucky because I don't even wrestle in Kentucky. You need like a license out there and stuff.
Hmm.
So it was just like a weird situation. And I felt bad for her because like whoever this guy is was like really like talking to her, like feelings were getting involved.
Oh wow.
And the and what he was doing was, I'm assuming whoever this person follows me.
Hmm.
But what he was doing was if she would ask to like FaceTime him or whatever, he would send what I was currently doing as to, oh, I can't do that. I'm on this plane or I'm at the gym or whatever. But she didn't have my actual social media. And because it's a wrestling page, you can kind of say whatever behind that because I don't really put my personal life out
Right.
there.
Right. Right.
So it was like I felt really bad because I wouldn't want that to happen to anyone,
Yeah.
especially including like my name and stuff.
Hmm.
And I kind of like I made the post and I tried to make it like lighthearted
Hmm.
so that like it got the information out there, but it took the energy away that like she was feeling, you know what
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So we actually had her set up to come see me wrestle in Indiana because my plan was for us to take a photo together and have her send it to whoever this dude is.
Right, right,
Be
right.
like, it was nice meeting you or whatever. But unfortunately, she couldn't make it. But at some point, she'll probably end up at one of those shows. But yeah, I have some crazy fans and crazy friends. Um, a lot of my friends just call me J. Paul now. For
Now there's
Halloween,
merch.
well, all right, so we'll get there. So for Halloween, I wore a name tag that said J. Paul just because I thought it was funny. But at some point, you want this shit to die.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But some of them just won't let go. So
Uh,
what ends up happening is I have this big match in Erie against Spencer Slade for the Big League Heavyweight Championship, which I
yeah.
won. Definitely go see that when it's available. And a bunch of them come up to the merch table and they're like, "Hey, can we take this photo with you? Can you just hold this shirt?" And I'm like, "Okay." And then I look at the shirt and it says, "Hello, my name is Jay Paul." And then like they start dying laughing. And when I look at them, they all are wearing purple shirts that either say "I love Jay Paul fan club," all this shit. And I'm just like, damn, like y'all really got me. Like some of them remind me of like The Office. You ever seen The Office?
Yes, of course.
So,
Yeah.
so you remember when they put the Dwight Stapler in the Jello?
Yes. Jim.
Those are how some of
Jim
my
is
friends
white.
are. Yeah, it's like, but one of them, shout out to Ashley, she's actually designed merch for me,
Mhm.
and like some of them do really well. So she ended up sending me like the logo or whatever, and a lot of people kept saying they wanted to buy it. So I was just like, fuck it, because I have a scholarship at my alma mater, Mercyhurst, that I like to put money into. So when I sell stuff, I'm going to give a portion of the proceeds to Mercyhurst.
I
So
love
it
that.
kind of paid off in the end.
Look at that. You made it. That somebody liked you enough that figured that, that they got game and, that they could
Dude,
go on a
like
date or something.
my friends back home are like, "Yo, bro, this only happens to like the ultra light skins. Like you really lit, bro. Like they like they're not letting it go. It's crazy."
Good Cop, Bad Cop said that guy is a pretty boy smooth operator.
That's how the nickname came about. I find a way to make people comfortable around me when I'm talking to them. And the way I was raised, my pops would always take me every Sunday to get a haircut. Always had nice, clean clothes, manicured, clean cut nails and stuff. So like that's how the whole Pretty Boy Smooth came about. Like it was a nickname before it was ever like a wrestling name or
Mhm.
anything like that.
But I love that you could incorporate that into wrestling.
Yeah,
So those are the best ways to definitely do that. So
for sure.
that's so awesome. So I have two final questions for you. If anybody has anything else into the chat, please drop it. So I like to pay it forward on this podcast. So, and you've worked with a lot of people. So who are some names that you feel people should be paying attention to?
Let's see. Hayden Backlund, when he comes back from injury, he's
Really
extremely,
good.
he's really good. That gets slept on. I think Carson Drake is phenomenal, even though he's a piece of shit. I want to punch him in the face. Um, TME, Duke Davis again, Jones Jr., some of the best tag team out there. Um, who else can I think of right now that I think doesn't really get enough love? Uh, Ava Brooks. She is newer.
Mhm.
Um, Quick story about her. Her mom is like a photographer, like wrestling photographer, and she took these dope photos of me. And I was like, "Hey, like, how much can I pay you for these or whatever?" And she's like, "Don't worry about it. Like, my daughter's about to start training, so just look after her when she starts or whatever." So like, I met her. She's like 18 or 19, just graduated, taking college classes, but traveling everywhere, like working really hard. She just did WrestleCade. Um, I tried to get her in touch with like Billy Starks and Jody Threat, some of the women I know. And I'm just very proud of her grind and how supportive her family is because like her mom does the photos, her dad actually refs.
Mhm.
So like it kind of works out perfectly. So shout out to her. Shout out to Lexus Sin, another girl that I think is really good. Shout out to Jocelyn, one of my best friends who's phenomenal and killing it right now. I'm very proud of her. Shout out Isaiah Bronner, I think is really dope. Um,
He was just on the podcast. He was just
yeah,
on,
yeah,
yeah.
that's my dog. trying to think. Shout out Lord Crew. He's a little bit injured right now, but he's another guy that's really dope. A big star for us at Exodus, wrestled in Japan. A shout out to a lot of my Exodus guys, honestly. We're building something really special there. Even like the trainees, like we got a guy named Connor Knox that you're definitely going to be hearing about in a few years. Um, Austin Blaze is phenomenal. I would check him out. Uh,
Hey, I'm always here for the next crop of kids that are gonna come up. It's awesome. There's
oh,
a
for
lot.
sure. And I'm the type that I want to help as much as I can. You know, like I always wanted to be, I was fortunate enough that I had certain veterans that were still around on the indies when I was coming up that I can like learn from or whatever that would take me under their wing. And I just want to be one of those guys now that I have a little more seasoning with me in the game.
Right.
So like to shout them out, Bill Collier was like a wrestling dad to me. Like he took me on the road and he paid for shit. You know what I mean? And to see what he's doing in TNA as Agent Zero right now is phenomenal. Shout out Eddie Kingston. He showed me a lot of love. He was like my sixth or seventh match in the game. Shout out Matt Justice. He was very helpful to me. Shout out T Money. Uh, there's a lot of guys that Colin Delaney. There's just so many of
Yeah.
them that have helped me, and I've learned from all those experiences. I'd
Well.
even I even say, and not to cut you off,
Mhm.
but I always give Ethan Page his flowers, even though he doesn't really care. But he was the one that coined the moniker for me, the Urban Playboy. Like we had a conversation, he helped me come up with that. So there's a lot of people. I'm very thankful and fortunate for everyone that's helped me in my journey. I even got feedback from Speedball, you know what I mean? So it's like I know I don't fit the mold of what everyone expects in terms of technical or flips or whatever the case may be, but I truly am the most dominant giant, and that's all I've wanted to be. I wanted to be the Shaquille O'Neal of this shit. So that's where we're at, and that's where we're going.
I love that. I love that. So and we're gonna go into the fields again because wrestling with positivity is dear to my heart on this podcast. So with the world of negativity, and trust me, we've had plenty.
Oh yeah.
we need some positivity. So I'm bringing it to you guys. So is there anything that you think of that maybe like a fan's done for you, you've done for a fan, maybe a wrestler, maybe you've done for a wrestler, anything that we wouldn't know unless you shared this story with us?
Ah, it's hard to pinpoint one because every moment is very special to me
Hmm.
in different ways. Like there's this one fan from Canada named Val that's dope. Like she drove 5 hours to see me wrestle when I wrestled at Courage Pro before I could shut down or whatever, which was awesome. There's another fan in Canada. I feel bad. I don't remember his name, but he made like an action figure of me,
Oh,
which
is
was
that
dope.
Mike? Is that Matt? Right? Is it Matt? Matt's usually making action figures for all the guys in Canada.
It's possible.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
really,
Matt. Matt usually makes
yeah,
them.
yeah. And I still have it, but my mom took it from me, and I can't say no to mom. I barely see her. So that was a big moment for me. Um, I've had fans show me photos from back when I had like a low cut and like just so much. And wrestling has awarded me a lot. Like it's helped me grow my scholarship. Like I've gotten independent film opportunities. Like I've met so many like different people and
Hmm.
been in had so many different experiences. Like it's so much that's and it's been like a 9, 10 year span.
Right.
So it's hard to really like pinpoint one that sticks out because I'm somebody that tries to be present and
Hmm.
enjoy things like while they're happening, if that makes sense.
Of course, of course.
Um,
But even just some of the stuff that you said, these are all
you
like positive moments.
Matter of fact, you know what? This is kind of crazy, but also very real. So she passed away. I believe her name was Jessica Westbrook. She was like a fan at Limitless or Beyond, like on like that area, East Coast.
Okay.
Uh, she actually made me go viral one time, posting a video of me jumping rope because I had no shirt on, and unfortunately, I didn't wear compression shorts.
Okay.
But But and it's funny, but this led to me getting booked when Faye was doing the gray sweatpants shows and stuff. So it was like it always makes me laugh, but it was like one of those moments where it's like, damn, like you never know what's gonna get you where you want to go. It
Right.
could be the hours I spend editing content and working on videos and training, or it could just be some thirst traps. You never know what's gonna
Yeah.
hit. So yeah, that was a moment.
There you go. That's a fun moment for you. So I love that. I love that. So all right. So talk to us about what you got coming up. So I know you got a busy weekend. So tell everybody what you got.
Yes, so I got another podcast coming up on Friday, but then Saturday I am at Exodus Pro Wrestling. Um, we for Journey 3, we are streaming live on the NWA YouTube channel at 6 p.m. There's a lot of big matches on that card. You got Richard Holiday and Dante Casanova in the main event. You got me and Pastor CeeLo versus Slime Balls and Carson Drake in a Holy Atonement match. And don't ask me what that means because I don't know. I'll find out the day of. There's a lot of good matches on there. That's in Cleveland, Ohio. Please check that out. And then right after, I'll be driving to Ridgefield Park, New Jersey for ETU, where Bougie, wish Ken was there, man, in A game, but it's all good. Me, Bougie, Marcus Mathers, Jordan Oliver, and whoever struggles finds, struggles. I know you say we poor, but I need you to, get some money and help us out here. Really appreciate it. We're facing the expected. I tip my hats off to them as talent, but outside of that, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna wreck every single one of them.
There you have it.
Straight like that.
I like that. I like that. Tell everybody where they can follow you if they're not following you already.
Yeah, the easiest way to find anything on me is prettyboysmooth.com. It's a link tree that has all my social media, my Patreon account where I post vlogs and things like that. You can see a lot of Bougie's wild antics in there. My merch site, Wikipedia page, a link to NWA Power, a way to donate to my scholarship, and everything else. prettyboysmooth.com.
Love that. And I got that for you guys all in the descriptions below. So easy click. The link tree's there and all his socials are there too. So I made it easy for you guys. Just click it. So make sure you give him a follow. Is there anything that you'd like to share with the fans that we didn't cover today?
You look beautiful. I love the cheetah print.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'd go cheetah.
Hey, I actually watched the Cheetah Girl movies on Disney and I read the books. So
There you go.
it's pretty fire.
I love that. Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you for joining us in the chat. All your questions, all your fan tweets. I appreciate it. Next week, I'm back with Isaiah Wolf from Prolific. So make sure you're following me in Queen Indies Corner. Make sure you buy a ticket or watch ETU also this Sunday. So shout out to them over there doing great things. 4 years. So
Isaiah Wolf don't want no smoke. And yeah, he knows. And by the way, we need to get Ruthless Lala to stop trying to wrestle me. She's gone too far. She's been making AI videos. She's always talking shit on all my posts, and I'm sick of it. I'm not wrestling her. We're not doing this. All right.
listen,
We
it's
wanna keep her
2025.
Yeah. Yo, listen, her career has been long and she's healthy and like doing her thing. Don't get involved with me because I don't want to put you on the show. All right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I got.
So with that being said, thank you for coming on to the podcast, chatting with us a little bit. I appreciate it. So you guys know the drill. Stay safe. Support independent wrestling. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.
Keep it playing.
Miserable.